Boom.
Hi. Thanks for joining us. We're Journey's End RV. I'm Tracy.
I'm Charlie.
We're happy to have you here along with us. And this is Prince. You guys have met Prince, our schnoodle, 14-year-old guy. Struggling a little bit to see and hear, but he's loving his travel days. We're currently in Margaritaville. That really is nice. So make sure you like, comment, and subscribe, and click that bell so that you'll get notified, and we'll tell you all about our time here at this beautiful RV resort. But for now, we wanted to take the time to introduce ourselves. We've uploaded some videos. We're a small channel, but growing, small but mighty, as they say. So we're hoping that you support us along the way. Check us out. We've been traveling for, how long would you say?
2 years-ish now for the second time.
Yeah, we officially got a Fleetwood Terra, 2010 Class A Fleetwood Terra.
Almost 2.
2 years ago, we officially purchased it. Been home a little bit, traveling some. So I guess you can kind of say we've been snowbirds a bit this year. Like Charlie said, we had traveled a lot when the kids were younger. We had
94 Georgie Boy Swinger, which when we had gotten that, I think we got it in 96 or 97. And I actually, when I went to purchase that, it was over our budget, quite a bit over our budget. And I saw it in the paper and I said, well, maybe they'll negotiate. And when I drove out to see the folks who had it, it was beautiful. So I just told them the truth. I said, we can't afford your motorhome, and I'm not even going to try and lowball you or give you an offer of any kind, because it was worth every penny they were asking, and they were really, really nice. And they just came back at me. I went by myself. It was going to be a surprise for her. She'd have to see it.
I love surprises.
But I wanted to kind of nail it down for her. And then I was like, no, I can't. And he said, why? And so I explained to him, and I said, because it's worth every penny. They actually asked what we could afford, and I told them, and I thought they would giggle or laugh and everything. He said, all right, I think we can work this out. Their reason actually was interesting. It was only 2 years old, and they put about 4,000 miles on it. But they actually purchased that RV to travel with friends. And they did a couple of trips with their friends, and their friend that they were traveling with passed away. So that took away their desire to be in the camper. They didn't want to do it anymore, but they did want somebody to enjoy it. So it was kind of strange the way it all just came together. They just said, yeah, we're going to sell it for less because they knew that we wanted it. After all that was said, I said, look, I'm saying yes, but I do have to bring Tracy back because she does have to see it and give it her blessing. I said, there's no doubt in my mind she's going to say yes, but I said, I don't want to lie to you and her kill me. But she went out and fell in love with it. And we actually drove that. We put over 80,000 miles on that RV, and we went from the tip of Maine to California. Our biggest trip, I guess, was in 2003 with my parents and the kids, and we were gone for between 5 and 6 weeks. We went from Florida through California, just took our time. And my father, who was retired, planned the whole thing and picked all the different places. We just picked things we thought we wanted to see or people said were nice, and then he dug into it, just made it all happen. All we had to do was drive and show up. So he made it all well worthwhile. It was great. That was probably one of our best trips.
Yeah, yeah, we definitely lucked out, and the moral of that story is don't be afraid. You never know with RVers out there. They're very generous, so you might get something that you're not expecting to get. And people out there, who wouldn't love their husband coming home and saying, hey, look at this beautiful gift I have for you. Well, it's not this one, it was another one, but still, it was beautiful.
Actually, this one too.
Yeah, this one too, actually, that happened as well. So yeah, we loved our time out on the road with the kids. I think it's some of the best memories we've had with them. Even the overnights that we did, I think we stayed at was it a Walmart?
Yeah, it was Walmart.
It was a Walmart one night, and we went in and we bought DVDs back in the time when you watched DVDs. We got a DVD, some snacks, dinner, and it was probably one of the greatest memories we have all had. So not to say that traveling across the Pacific Coast Highway and all of that wasn't beautiful, because it was, but the point is that even the simplest times can be the most memorable. So just make sure you get out there on the road.
Well, and that was the kids' choice. So they were all young, but we said we can go to a campground, and we said, or in the parking lot we can go to Red Lobster, which is right there. We can eat, we can go buy breakfast food, we can buy a movie and snacks. And they all were like, no, we'll stay here. We want to go to Red Lobster. And to this day, that's still a good memory, I believe, for all of them. They remember the movie, they remember eating. So we would also travel quite a bit when both of our parents moved to Florida. We used to try and see them. And if we had a 3-day weekend minimum, sometimes 4, we had it down that by 4 o'clock in the afternoon, we would leave the driveway and I would drive straight through, and we'd roll up for lunch the next day. The kids used to sleep overnight. They had their routine. They'd get ready, and then one time we actually pulled up, dropped our oldest off, who was only, I don't even know if she was 5 or 6 or 7, I can't remember. And we pulled around the corner and had her go ring the doorbell all by herself for them to let her in. So, but we made a habit of that with both of our parents down here. So if we had a couple of days, I never actually got cranky until 2 or 3 days later, which was good because we were on the way home. So, and those days are gone. There is no more.
No more cranky.
No more. No, the cranky days are here more often.
Okay.
The staying awake for 21 and 24 hours. That's done. That's over. I don't like that anymore. Prior to our first motorhome, we actually had a travel trailer that we pulled, and we had gone to Arkansas and traveled around quite a bit. And it was a 19-foot, and we loved that. The problem was when we had our first daughter, she fit in there okay. By the time we had our second daughter, nobody could go anywhere with us. It was getting kind of tight.
With pets.
With pets, yeah.
Guinea pigs, dogs.
Yeah.
Everything you can imagine, and everything that you probably have as a family on the road. We just kept squeezing it in, but that was fine because it was about making memories.
Flash forward to today, we ended up moving to Florida, so we didn't have to make that trip anymore, which worked out well. And then as the kids got older, they were involved in all kinds of activities. We were working, the economy shifted. I actually had somebody who was diagnosed with an illness that it wasn't good, and they couldn't afford to keep their housing. Our camper was just basically sitting there, and his parents had hookups. They were in their late 80s, I believe, or early 90s. And so the best thing for him is they were going to help take care of him. So we actually gave him the motorhome to put on the property so he had someplace to go, so he wouldn't be evicted, because it was bad enough the things he was going through. So that kind of put an end to our travel, and we just missed it. We started looking pre-COVID, actually. That's when we started, wanting to get back into it.
Working as a director for persons with disabilities at Embry-Riddle. Prior to that, I worked as a director in the public school system, but both my parents were very ill. My mom had died of COPD 2 years ago. A year later, my dad died he fell off a ladder, had a brain injury, and unfortunately passed away from that. And so literally we, at that point, had to sell their house and all of their belongings, and we're just carrying items to a Goodwill box. And we looked at each other and we said, this is not what life is about, and we wanted to do something different, something more. So we decided to get in the motorhome and travel the world. We wanted to make memories, make moments, not let life pass us by. Didn't want our kids to feel like mom and dad are just items in a box, but really look back at our lives and say we lived a full life just like my parents did. And so we hopped in the motorhome and away we went. And so, like I said, we have a 38-foot Class A Fleetwood Terra 2010. And again, remember to ding that bell. We'll give you a tour of that in upcoming videos, so make sure to follow along.
Kind of an irony it would be that our parents were probably our best friends, so losing half of your best friend group is very uncomfortable. It's a hard thing to wrestle with, a hard thing to understand. And my parents are doing well, but we're again down half of our best friends, so it's very strange. And I just feel like, okay, this is the time we're going to go see the things we want to see and enjoy ourselves. And I also, I mean, her parents would say that all the time. My parents say that all the time anyway. Do while you can, do while you're young, and young enough, I guess I'm going to start saying now, because I know the kids are going to be like, you're not young, but I think.
What do you guys think? I'm 54. Charlie just turned 55 yesterday.
Ooh.
Comment below if you think that that's young. I think it's young. We still have plenty of time
I say youngish.
Get on the road and hike. Although we do got to get in some shape so we can hike things, because I tell you, I go up the stairs and I run out of breath, but we're going to get there. So make sure you follow along, and we'll bring you plenty of adventures. Thanks for subscribing to us. Like we said, we're small, but we're growing, so please support us. Ring the bell, follow along, comment, like, subscribe, do all those things, and we'll see what we can get into and bring you along. Thanks for watching.
Thank
Bye.
you. Bye. I got this. Yeah. That's kind of it, really. Just that we're looking for adventure.